Steve, it seems like a few hours ago.
I know,
how are you
just
doing,
like
man?
yesterday.
I know. Well, anyway, always a pleasure. You know,
Yes.
we're all running around like crazy
Yeah.
in this event, and I hear again more than 40,000 people at RSA conference, RSAC conference now.
Yep.
They changed the name.
They changed
of
the
it.
name, yeah.
Yeah, 2025.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. How is it? How's it been so far?
It's been great. We've had a lot of traffic. The attendance seems to be back to, you know, the numbers that we saw years ago, and so it's very exciting. I think it's a good indicator for the overall security industry, plus all of the innovation just walking around the floor, seeing all of the new products, new technologies, everything that's being built. And we've had a great show. We've had a lot of existing clients coming by. Hey, what's new? Show us some new stuff. We've had obviously a lot of prospects coming by, asking what's new, because so many people know about Archer. But you know, as we've talked about, we're a little bit different now. I mean, with Archer Evolve, we've really pushed the envelope on the technology side. So we've been able to showcase it well this show.
So here's the thing, like we come here, we look at the future. It's kind of like you go to CES and you want to know what's going on. NAMM, want to know what's going on in music.
Yeah.
And what is really cool too is like that, like you said, sometimes you see the same company, but 1 year, if you saw it at RSA last year, RSA conference, 1 year is a long time. So what's the news that you're telling to your existing customer now, or the new one?
Yeah. So with the so last year, the acquisition of Compliance.ai was brand new. Over that course of a year, we've been able to really integrate their capabilities in to address regulatory change and adopt and expand their AI models and the things that they've been really innovating on in the context of a GRC program. So while they gave us a wonderful start in regulatory change, we bring that full program kind of end-to-end mentality to the compliance side, and so we've been able to showcase that. We've a lot of clients are coming up, and you know, they struggle with regulatory change, and
it's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in. There's a lot of manual efforts. Just got out of a meeting. That was one of the big things that we talked about, is the fact that, you know, companies still operate in some silos. They need automation to free up those resources to break down some of those silos. And so what we've been doing on the regulatory side is very helpful for them.
So I know that you guys do listen a lot to your customers, and you know, they are your ears, your eyes, because they're the ones that are living these issues, and you guys are there to support them.
Right.
If you put into the evolution of the new program, things that you have really heard requested by the customers.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the AI is on everybody's mind.
Of course.
You know, of course. But it's really an impactful use of the technology. It's not just, you know, throwing it in just so that you can label, hey, we have AI. It's doing something meaningful with it, like the regulatory change. One of the things that we're looking at is using AI to generate control content, to generate risk content, to help customers write better risk statements, write better policies, write better standards that communicate better. They have all of the right bits and pieces. And then on the flip side, on the risk side, really helping bridge the gap between the data that you've gathered from your risk program and what it means to the business. And so many times, you know, it takes a risk analyst to sit there and help explain what the output is of the risk processes. We're now looking at AI of how it bridges that gap, how it builds narratives to help business people understand what the risks mean in terms of exposure, in terms of the impact to their operations.
And I feel like when AI started to become mainstream, you say, you know, every label, AI included, or something like that, people were thinking probably is going to take over, like a lot of people fear,
Yeah.
and he's going to be very active. I mean, now we talk about agentic AI, but in your case, I mean, you have people like that'll be like on the verge of, I don't know if I want AI even.
Yeah. Well, I think when it's delivered in the context and backed by experience, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, you mentioned it, is talking with our customers, understanding their challenges, and then what can we do to help solve them. And we really think about the people side of a risk and compliance management program, because it's not just about technology, it's about building good processes, it's about ensuring that your resources have the tools they need. And so that's what's really driven our strategy around AI, is let's look where we can apply it in a meaningful way in the context of what we do for our clients.
Very cool. What's next?
What's next? Risk? I don't know.
Is risk going to go away?
No. Risk is not going to go away.
Anymore.
I think what's really next is as, and we touched on it earlier when we talked, but as you get a better handle on quantifying your loss exposure, as you start understanding your costs associated with controls, you're changing the conversation with the business. It's not, no, we can't do that. It's, yes, we can do that. Here's the guardrails we need to put up. This is what we need to spend to protect against the potential exposures. And it's a much more meaningful conversation. And I think AI, whether it's looking at analytics, whether it's building narratives based upon data, or whether it's searching, all of the interfaces, the chat interfaces, can really cut through a lot of, some of the ambiguities, some of the challenges that risk teams, face.
Very cool. Well, we love talking to you guys.
Great.
We're big fans, so glad that we're here at the booth. So here we are. A lot of action right there in the back. So I hope it's not too noisy, but hey, that's part of being at the conference, right?
That's the joy of RSA conference.
All right, Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Take care.